So, kind of fast. Have you heard this in English? They say, ask me no questions and hear no lies. Ask me no questions and hear no lies. So in English they say, ask me no questions and hear no lies. So if you don't want to hear a lie, if you don't want me to lie to you, don't ask a question. So it's like, alright, if I don't want to be disappointed, I will not ask you any questions. I will just go on. That's what I want to do from now on. Well, that's my perfect student, the camera. And no, at least for the sake of the speed, because if you yourselves watch the video, you'll be a little bit bored. Like the guy is repeating and repeating and asking and nobody is even giving a word. Like for words like generally. Generally. Okay, that's
Thank you.
Thank you. So that's why I just decided to move on, like real quick. I have my little Porsche here. No, my Porsche is not fast enough for my Ferrari or Lamborghini. I'll get in and I'll just go. So, ask me no questions and hear no lies. Ask students no questions and don't be disappointed. And smile. Ask no questions and smile. Amazing. That's the way to go. That's the recipe for everybody will be happy. So it's a win-win situation. Have you heard win-win situation?
Yes.
Like it's a win-win situation. It's a win-win situation. It means everybody wins and everybody's happy. So it's a win-win situation. Good. Everybody's happy now. Look, the smile.
Yes, I'm happy now.
Okay. Stop asking. Start giving. Giving is always good, both for the giver and the receiver. Getting is always bad, right? Okay. And when you want to donate money to a charity or something, it's always like millions of people are out there to get money from you. If you ever need a penny, nobody, not a friend. So giving is always good, getting is always bad. Give as much as you can. Now, there were a couple of expressions that I forgot to talk about. By and large, used a lot. It's used a lot. It's used a lot. Used a lot. So by and large, Toronto would be a city for work, and Montreal would be a city for clubbing and fun. Can I say it that way? Maybe. By and large, Ottawa is the political capital, while Toronto is the commercial capital and business capital of Canada. By and large, Japan is like this, Japanese people. So I'm generalizing still, right? By and large, those who go to college, graduate. Can I say by and large, those who go to university are more successful? Is this the right generalization? Not really. You may disagree with this assumption. So by and large, women live longer than men do. That's according to the statistics, global statistics. That's correct. For the most part, the class was good. Well, it had there were some downsides. You know downsides? There were of course some downsides, drawbacks. Like there were some downsides, drawbacks. You want to buy something, the guy says, oh, well, it's good for this. The only downside is, the only drawback is, the only downside, the only minus. So like downside is the only minus. The only downside, you want to buy a washing machine, you want to buy a car. This car is great. The only downside is it consumes a lot of gas. Yeah? You want to buy a computer? The only downside is now I'm trying to buy one, so it doesn't have the SSD, which is a special kind of hard drive that's faster, and Apple's use. And by the way, and I'm saying it on video, it's interesting. You go to Future Shop, you go to Best Buy, like the computer technicians, they're all for Windows. The technicians, all the technicians when I talk to, and I'm like, no, I want to buy a Mac. The guy says, no. Programmers and technicians are all on the side of the Windows. Artists and creative people,
Oh, Mac.
they're all like Mac, like video graphics people and editors and photographers and those who like artwork, they're all like Mac. But those programmers and computer geeks that they want to change things all the time because Mac doesn't allow you to do all those things. Or it does allow you, but it's not that easy for them. They just want to fool around with so many things. They believe Windows is more powerful, but Mac is better suited for certain people who just want to use. And I'm like, I just want to use it.
But it's for music, and every DJ take Mac.
That's true. They all said that. So that's why I'm saving. Made up my mind, I'm saving. Yeah. So, and I'm not a DJ though, but for music production and for English production, the videos and all. Anyways, that was an aside. So I would say, like when you want to buy like a Mac and Windows, like Mac is great. The only downside is it's expensive. Windows are great. The only downside is they crash all the time. All the time you gotta take your laptop. It's like, what's wrong with this? There were 250 viruses. I would charge you $200 to get rid of the viruses. Yeah. Besides, like next month there's a virus 3, antivirus 4, antivirus B3. I like you have one Mac. It's like 5 years and fine. Okay, cool. So downsides and drawbacks and disadvantages. Remember disadvantages? Advantages, disadvantages.
Yes.
Advantages versus disadvantages. We talked about it in comparison, advantages versus disadvantages. The only drawback, the only downside is the only minus, the big. Yeah. So now let's move on from. So for the most part, the class was good. We'll accept. Sometimes it was boring. For the most part, the class was good, except the teacher was a jerk. Yeah? Accept something. So accept, in this case, is different from accept we just talked about, right?
Yes.
So accept in that case was like accept you, accept me, like a preposition. But here it's different. Everything was good except the teacher talked too much. This accept is like that, but the teacher talked too much. This accept is a little different from that accept. That said, having said that, so like Macs are really good computers, they're perfect. Having said that, they're really great for students who go to school and they want to download tons and tons of different types of open source software. Not really good. It wouldn't allow, it would block many of those. These are my investigations over the past few days. If you're a student who actually wants to download lots of different softwares from so many different sources, then Mac is not really that good for that. It wouldn't even allow you to do that. And is that a downside or is it a plus? It's a plus on the one side because it says, look, don't screw up your computer. You want this computer to work for you. Don't get any crap from anywhere. But then if you're a student and you can't afford so you need craps from everywhere, right? So then you have to put up with all the viruses too. Yeah, if in English they say, if you want the rainbow, you should. If you
I don't know, it's something
want
with rain.
perfect. The rainbow, so the rainbow, you should put up with the rain. Did you guess or had you heard it? You should put up with the rain. Put up with means tolerate. If you say I can't put up with him anymore, I can't put up with this class anymore, I can't put up with him anymore means I can't tolerate this anymore. I can't bear this anymore. I can't put up with him anymore. I can't put up with him anymore. I can't put up with him anymore. I can't put up with her anymore. I can't bear him anymore. I cannot put up with him anymore. So if you say that, I can't put up with him anymore. I can't bear him anymore. There was another thing. There's the video editing thing that's called Final Cut Pro. The latest version is not a very good version. They have dumbed it down, people say. They've made it easier for using. So the professional editors are not happy with this, and they are moving towards Adobe, which is still on Mac. They do it on Mac. Well, it's a different software. But Mac was known for its Final Cut Pro for video editing. So I'm learning a lot these days about the downsides, the pluses, and the minuses. Like every day I'm spending 5 hours after class, like, oh. So,
I don't know.
and it's hard to decide, really hard to decide.
Use Premiere for Mac
Yeah,
to edit videos.
Yeah.
It's
yeah. But then again, Premiere would run better when it comes to laptops on non-Mac laptops because they have dedicated graphic cards and Macs do not have that one. So anyway, so there are always pluses and minuses, downsides and pluses. Right now I really want to know which one is better, so I'm asking a lot of questions about advantages and disadvantages, cons and pros.
yeah. It was
So-
that crazy. So
Cons and pros, which would be people who are for something and against something. And some people say, look, don't even talk about Mac because Mac is a religion. It really is a religion. Right now here I talked to the teachers and they were like, Mac is a religion. People who, they have it, it's like the religion, it's like a god, it's like let's worship Mac. It's a religion. It's not a computer world. They're a nation of the Mac users. And they look at you, The first thing they notice is like, is that an apple? No. Inside every Mac user.
she's part of that.
Yeah, of course. And even if she doesn't say that, but it's like, yeah. Yeah. They enter the elevator, it's like, oh, that's nice. Crap. It's like, they're like that, you know? But the only revenge is, there was a time they said, you know what? It has the Samsung, like this. Now we have the iPhone, which is like, guys, this big. This is iPhone 7 Plus, right? The next one. And they're so happy because there's an apple behind it. Yeah, and the good thing is you can go skating with it. Especially it's for Canada because it's going to be ice. You go ice skating with it. Yeah. Okay. So we're done with this part. Yeah. Now, I will certainly buy this. Definitely. Certainly. Undoubtedly. Yeah? Yeah. So if you talk to the Mac users, they will go, it's undoubtedly the best cell phone in the world. The best, you know, like the Apple users, the iPhone ones. It's undoubtedly. It's definitely. Of course, it's the best. It's certainly the best.
No doubt.
It's no doubt it's the best.
No doubt.
Look, I can say it is no doubt the best. Yes, I can say it is no doubt the best. Or I can say no doubt it's the best. No doubt it's the best. But in writing, it's good not to use like no doubt like that. It is no doubt the best. It is definitely, it is undoubtedly. Undoubtedly, it would be a very good one for writing. It is undoubtedly, certainly, of course, and no doubt, it's the best. It is no doubt the best. No doubt, it's the best. It is undoubtedly the best. It is definitely the best. Definitely, it's the best. It is certainly the best. No doubt, it's the best. So certainly, undoubtedly, definitely. He is definitely the worst teacher I've ever seen. It is definitely the best phone. Definitely, yeah? Undoubtedly. No doubt. Sometimes you say doubtless, like meaning doubtlessly, whatever, certainly. And you know that here, what is the noun for certainly?
Certain.
Certain. Certainty.
Certain. No.
Now we have certain.
Certainty.
We have certain. Are you certain? Are you sure? Positive. So if someone says, are you certain? And someone says positive, that doesn't mean negative positive. That means for sure. I'm confident he's like that, going to do that. So, and we have, I'm certain, I'm sure, I'm pretty sure. So like sure and pretty sure, what's the difference?
Like pretty sure you're 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
And sure, it's like.
Yeah. That's what most people think, but basically, sure is 100% and pretty sure is close.
Oh.
So like I'm pretty sure. Do you remember that discussion we had in the previous class? And so when I checked and double checked, grammatically speaking, pretty sure is close, but sure or certain would be 100%. So if we say, hey, I'm pretty sure, it's okay. But usually some people use it as an intensifier. It means like I'm really more than even sure. So you're right, in the sense that you're right, but most grammar books would tell you like pretty sure is like almost sure, and a lot of Navy people would say that, but some people think the opposite. So if you said like I'm pretty sure, so don't be surprised if you hear like pretty sure does not mean exactly like 100% sure.
Okay.
So don't be surprised. I'm pretty sure I can do that. I'm quite sure, pretty sure. So surely, we also have surely, right? This is surely the best product of the century. Surely. Surely, right? This is surely. But this is sure the best, that's kind of conversational. So this is surely, you need an adverb. This is definitely, Talmud is definitely the best college here. Okay. It's definitely, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Undoubtedly. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Undoubtedly. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, the BT.
There's no doubt about that. So, are there bigger words? Yes. Something is irrefutably, undisputably, or indisputably the best. It means there's no dispute about it. Irrefutably the best. Incontrovertibly the best. But we don't need them now. If you can do this, this is going to be great. So, undoubtedly, without a doubt, he's the best champion in the world. Maki is undoubtedly the best runner in the school.
Yeah.
Not only in the school, but in the entire, let's exaggerate. You know exaggerate?
Yes.
A lot of people exaggerate. Remember exaggerate? To exaggerate and exaggeration. What do I do when I exaggerate?
You put the things bigger.
You amplify?
So exaggerate and exaggeration. Exaggeration. So when you exaggerate, you say something is like, you exaggerate, you say, oh, she is the best in the entire universe. In the entire Japan, well in Japan, actually she was a member of the Japan's lacrosse team, but the national team. So she was great in the country. So basically, but you can say, well, now I'm exaggerating. She's the best in the world. This is the best coffee in the world. Actually, it sucks because I put some instant coffee in it this morning and it really sucks. But I put honey instead of sugar and it feels better, like I feel less bad. Honey instead of sugar. Yeah, but too much honey. Okay. Exaggeration. To exaggerate. Now, we're good with this.
Do you say uncertain?
Uncertain. To be uncertain. Oh, the opposite of certainty? That was a very good question. is uncertainty. I'm uncertain. Yes? Uncertainty, but you don't say uncertainly. Sometimes you're indecisive. Why would I say that? If you're uncertain, you're indecisive. Indecisive. No decision. You're indecisive. You don't know. You haven't made up your mind yet. To make up your mind, you have no decision.
There's no rule for in and un before.
No rule. No. No rule. No rule. Unfortunately, no rule. It could have been unfortunately, but we say unfortunately. So no rule about it. So, of course, if you're not certain, you're in doubt, yes?
Yes.
And let's talk about doubting a little bit. Just a few words about doubting. So he's certainly the best. If you're not sure, you say, I'm not sure. I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm not certain. I'm not absolutely sure. Huh? Absolutely certain. I'm not. So I'm not absolutely certain. But if you're certain, you can say it's safe to say, it is safe to say that what? It is safe to say that if something is safe to say, it means you can say that. You can claim that. It is safe to say that Toronto is one of the coldest cities in the world. One of them. Not as cold as Montreal. In Montreal, I guess people say cold city, warm hearts. Because it's usually used for hands. We say cold hands, if you see touch someone's hands are cold, so cold hands, warm hearts. But so it is safe to say, it is safe to call Toronto one of those really cold, one of the coldest cities in the world. It is safe to do that. But I'm not sure. I'm in doubt, to be in doubt. Yes, to be in doubt. Dubious. If something is of dubious authenticity, it means you're not sure if it's authentic. This watch is of dubious, these documents are of dubious authenticity. You're not sure if they're doubtful. I'm doubtful. Doubtful, right? Doubtful, uncertain. So we had uncertain and doubtful. These are good. We have a lot more, but if you're doubtful and uncertain, I'm doubtful. I'm not absolutely sure. I'm not absolutely certain. I don't know for sure. Like when you speak, you say, I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. I can't say that for sure. So for sure, I can't say that for sure. Sometimes you say something, people say don't bet on it. It's a good way of saying don't bet on it. Like I'm standing here, like, I'm sure that girl's gonna talk, I'm sure. And she hears me like, don't bet on it. And it happened to me. Anyways, don't bet on it. It's like, don't bet on it. Yeah. And next, you don't want to know what happened next. But anyways, that was a claim. Don't bet on it. Now I can go back and bet. But anyways, don't bet on it. So like, you know what? I'm going to do this and stuff. And I'm sure she's going to talk to me like, don't bet on it. Don't be sure. Don't be so sure. I gave you another word. Like, of course, I wrote it. I forgot to talk about it. You bet. Have you heard you bet?
Yes.
What does you bet mean?
Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I understand.
Like next week, there's a Halloween party. We're all going. Are you coming? Are you going with us? You
You
bet.
bet.
You bet.
Too bad.
You bet. You bet means of course. So if you hear you bet I'm gonna do that. Are you going with us? You bet. You bet means of course. Means you can bet. I'm pretty sure he's gonna win, but I'm not gonna bet on it. Means. And sometimes when somebody says something, and you want to say, "Are you sure?" I'm positive. So put your money where your mouth is. Have you heard this? Put your money. I'm positive. I'm certain. If you say I'm positive, means like I'm 100%, 100% like sure, confident that that's gonna. So put your money
On it.
where your mouth is. You know what that means? My mouth is here. Put my money where my mouth is. Up, like this is money. This means if you're sure, bet on it. I'm pretty sure he's gonna win, but I'm not gonna bet on it. If you're sure, why don't you bet on it? Just put your money where your mouth is. Have you also heard put up or shut up? Put up or shut up. Put up or shut up. Put up here means you say something. Like like I saw you with that guy and like come on, that didn't happen. So like okay, prove it. I'm like I can't prove it. So put up or shut up. So put up is like prove it or shut up. Prove it or shut up. So they say put up or shut up. Yeah, put up or shut up. So it's used a lot. Put up or shut up. Either prove what you're saying or shut up and just shut that mouth. Yes. So, expressing partial agreement, we talked about it before. I'm not going to put it on the board. It's just, maybe it's good to remember if you want to partially agree with someone, like I partially agree with, this itself saying I partially agree with something is a good thing, especially in writing. Saying that I partially agree with, or you can say I totally agree, I completely. Yes? So I partially, if you partially agree with something, you agree with something in part. Not completely. So partially is not totally, is not completely. I partially agree with you, but I beg to differ on some issues. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. We talked about it before, so it's just as a reminder. So if I say I beg to differ with you, I beg to differ with you. And when you disagree with someone, you would say, at the end of the day, to disagree with someone, to agree with someone, right? Agree, disagree with. But sometimes you guys say, oh, like Mac is better, like Windows is better, Mac is better, Windows is better, Mac. So finally, you know what? Let's agree to
Disagree.
Disagree. Let's agree to disagree. It's the final thing. So let's agree to disagree. Finally. Let's agree to disagree. Okay, you say this one's better, I say that one's better. Let's agree to disagree. At the end of the day. Let's agree to disagree. You know what that means? Does it make sense, Anna? To agree to disagree?
Mm-hmm.
Let's agree to disagree. But let's disagree agreeably. Let's not fight
Yeah.
about it. Let's be friends. and disagree. So I partially agree with this fact, but I also believe, with this because this and this. If you say you partially agree with something in writing, then you should explain why just partially. Because you have some reservations about that. You have some problems with that. You should mention your problems with that. Why not completely? So we talked about cause, showing cause because of, due to. Yes? But how about the result of something? We didn't talk about that. So remember, we have cause and effect. Cause and effect. So there are causes and there are effects. Something causes something, and then something comes from something else. He was very tired because he had run a lot. What is the cause? What is the effect? He was Maki. Let's put Maki here today. Maki was limping. Maki was limping this morning. This is true. This morning. You know limping?
Yes.
We had the word. She was actually limping this morning. Not today, but yesterday. Because she had run a 42K marathon the day before. Or yesterday. Or because she ran a marathon yesterday. So she was limping because she had run a 42K marathon. Now, which one is the cause, which one is the effect?
The cause is she had run 42K.
Running is a cause, and the effect is she was limping.
Yeah.
She was tired and limping. So, because is used to talk about because she had run the cause. Now, instead of because, I can say,
Due to.
yeah. I can say that's because. We have phrases such as that's because.
Can you say aspite? Okay.
How do you spell it?
Sure.
You mean despite maybe?
Yeah.
Or despite would be the opposite. It means she was not tired at all, despite the fact that she had run a 42K. So if I say despite the fact that she had run a 42K like we had yesterday. So despite the fact that she had, or despite having run a 42K, she was not a bit tired. But she was limping. A bad example for those who want to,
Right.
yeah. So that's because, now I can say that's because she had run. Or, if I want to make this very formal, not in this case, because if I said due to, I was late due to a delay, due to a TTC delay. TTC delay this morning. Due to means because of. Due to, because of. Because of. I can say due to the fact that. Due to the fact that. Can you use it in a sentence? Due to the fact that. Due to the fact, because of the fact that. Or due to itself. The globe is warming due to excessive carbon dioxide emissions or greenhouse gas emission.
Yeah.
The prices are rising due to the rising demand. Because of. Due to means because of. Now, due to the fact that people are losing faith in the government due to the fact that corruption in the government is on the rise because of the fact. So because of, due to. That was it. But now on the other side, on the effect side, so she was tired because she had run, or that's because you cannot stay here. That's because you've done this and that. Now we have, she ran a lot, and because of that, as a result, she didn't study. She didn't study hard enough. So I can say, as a result, and if I want to put them together, I can use this semicolon. As a result, she failed all her tests, all her exams. Or she failed the test. She failed the exam. As a result, that's why, because of that, and because of that, or whatever, as a result, that's why, or therefore, or consequently, thus, hence, these two big words are big, like so. That's why, for this reason, she failed the exam. Yeah? So, when we talk about the cause, she was tired because she had run. We also use something for that because. We say thanks to. But that's not formal. But we use it also in informal writing. Also in emails. Thanks to. Thanks to also means because of, due to. Have you heard the song? Because of you,
Of
yeah?
course.
Yeah, of course. So it's I'm not gonna do that because if I do that, YouTube says oh, you used the song. I stay away from the sidewalk. Because. Yeah. So because of you. Yeah. So thanks to you, everybody's now late. Thanks to you, we started the whole class late. Thanks to you, we couldn't go to the picnic because look at you. No, you did this and that. Thanks to you, because of you. I was late thanks to the. So thanks to doesn't mean always really thanking. It's not appreciating. Sometimes we use it the other way around. I was late thanks to all this traffic in this beautiful city. So I'm using it even satirically as a satire. Sarcastically. Not satirically, sorry. Sarcastically. You know sarcasm? And sarcastic? I say something sarcastically. Yeah. Like I go to Montreal. Thanks to your beautiful city, what? I've been here for 2 weeks without a single date. So she's like, don't blame it on me in my city. Okay, now you have to do something about it. I don't know. You said it's a nice place. I don't care. So that's sarcasm, right? Like sometimes you use thanks to sarcastically because thanks to you should expect thanking someone. Thanks to you, we're all now late. Thanks to you, I missed the bus. Now you should get me a ticket to train. Now you should get me a plane ticket. So thanks to. But anyways, here, as a result is a good one. As a result, so she didn't study. As a result,
She failed.
yeah. But in humor, in comedy, you say, as a result, she passed all her tests.
Oh, okay.
Do we use these things? That's suspense. They use it for actually unexpected. So as a result, she failed all her tests. It resulted in, to result in, as a verb. The result was, obviously, remember, obviously is a good, so we want to. So she obviously failed all her tests. The result was, all that smoking resulted in lung cancer. Landed him in the hospital. Okay? Yeah. So thus and hence, therefore is good for, instead of saying so, we can say therefore, especially in writing. She studied and prepared hard, therefore she passed the test. So she passed the test. Therefore, I am telling you everything, therefore there are going to be no excuses. People who don't come to class have no right to watch the videos. No excuses. So therefore, this would be the final announcement today. Like when you go to kindergarten, there's the nice and the naughty. You know nice and naughty? Nice and naughty. So the nice people, the naughty people. Like the Santa Claus, you know when the Santa Claus comes? That's exactly what I'm going to do to this class because I first thought people are adults. Now I see that's not the case. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to have, okay, well the class is here, yes. We have a group also there. I'm going to have a group for the nice people where the videos will be shared. And then the videos are not going to be shared with those who wish not to come to class like every other day or come late, whatever. But that's exactly what I'll do as of tomorrow. Not the previous ones, but the ones from now on. We'll have a new group. The early risers,
Oh my.
August 25th, early risers or video group. No, I would call it the video group. Really?
No, early risers.
Yeah. No, it's once or twice is okay, like from time to time, but if I see it's a pattern, then no. Sorry.
How can I use sarcasm?
Sarcasm?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sarcasm.
Thanks to this your beautiful city, I've been here without a job for 2 years.
Oh my.
And I'm dying of this cancer because of all the pollution. And I'm saying thanks to your beautiful city and all that. So you expect to hear something nice. Sometimes you don't know. Is he joking or is he serious? He's saying something like nice, but he means something bad. That's sarcastic. Right? That's sarcasm. Oh yeah, today, did you see Darby? He was really well dressed today. So you see somebody like out there now, he was wearing something like this and that, for example. Oh my god, I wanted to give this to him. Have you seen the charming side of Darby? This is Charm Darby. I'm gonna give it to him, Simon. So somebody gave it to me, the door, then down there, just at the gate, the entrance. So, that we had, remember, we had sarcasm, we had irony, ironically. Ironically. Which is different. So it's sarcasm, we talked about it. Remember irony, we talked about the Alanis Morissette song? It's like 10,000 spoons, all you need is a fork. It's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a fork. So you need one fork, you end up with like 10,000 spoons. It's like rain on your wedding day. No? You don't remember? Doesn't ring a bell? It's a free ride on your already paid. Like you pay and then it's a free ride. So it's like ironic. And isn't that ironic? So she asked, yeah. Okay. Then showing effect, we talked about effect. Thus, thereby, thus and hence is so big. So if you use hence and the thus, they're used in writing, like thus, like they both mean therefore, like therefore. So the prices will be adjusted from this date forward. Therefore, or thus, you can. They're both instead of academic texts, they're mostly used in thus and hence. Would be used in literature, in literary texts. So. Yeah, we didn't prepare, hence the disaster. And that's why the disaster happened. Hence, we had to put up with all the disaster. So you see the words hence and thus. Mark and time, I think we've talked about it a little bit. But again, mark and time is very important, very key when it comes to the IELTS test. So that's why it's going to be the next thing we'll look at.